Hey guys! So today I'm doing this look for you, which is a look that a lot of you requested in my color theory from makeup video, which I will have linked down below. It is a monochromatic, or as I said in the video, monotone, which I think it's actually monochrome, so forgive me for that, but it's a monochromatic makeup look. So it's a look that uses one color and uses tints and tones of that color to create a full makeup look. So I actually decided to look to my hair for inspiration for this. So although it's not identical, I went for those kind of warm coppery colors and used them on my eyes, my cheeks, and my lips. So this is a really easy way to make sure that your makeup looks harmonious and everything kind of suits each other. All of the elements of your makeup look work together. So if you want to see how to get this look, then keep watching. First, on my face today, I'm going to use my Gorgeous Cosmetics First Base Foundation Primer. This primer is quite a creamy consistency. It doesn't feel silicone-y. It doesn't have that like slippy velvet feel. It kind of feels more like a sunscreen. It's that kind of thick, rich cream. So this might be a nice one if you've got dry skin. It's kind of reminding me of a Beauty Flash Balm by Clarins. For my foundation today, I'm going to use a new one. This is the Max Factor Skin Luminizer Foundation in the color Light Ivory. So if you can see in the bottle there, it's like foundation that has these kind of stripes of a luminizer in it, but I've just tested it on my hand and it doesn't look like it's shimmery, so I'm not really sure how that works, but let's just put it on and see. That's actually quite nice. It's kind of a sheer to medium coverage. It's not terribly heavy. It actually, I would say that has like a satin finish. I totally expected that to be quite dewy just by the name, Skin Luminizer, but it's definitely not shiny. It has, you can kind of see a little bit of a sheen across my cheekbone here. Oh, that's quite nice. I know Max Factor isn't available in the States, so I'm sorry about that, but it's available in Australia, so that's why I'm using it. For my concealer today, I'm going to use Benefit's Erase Paste. This is in number 1. And to set, I'm going to use my Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC in the colour Light. What is this? I've got the perfect imprint of an eyeshadow on my arm. How did that happen? I'm going to leave the skin there, do the eyes, and then come back and finish it. I appear to have forgotten my eyeshadow primer, so instead I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer. If you've got very oily eyelids though, use a primer. I'm just going to quickly fill in my brows. I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Caramel, which you've seen me use and do my brows about 1,000,000 times at this stage. So the first colour I'm going to use on my eyelid is this pigment by Makeup Geek called Birthday Wish, and it's a lovely kind of rose gold copper colour, and this is going to be the colour that I'm going to base the rest of the look off of. So I'm going to try and incorporate this tone into my lipstick and my cheeks. I've already picked out this for my cheeks. It's Starina by Rouge Bunny Rouge, so you can see they're not identical, but they're in that kind of tonal family, so you're going to get that monochromatic effect. I'm just going to take the product straight from the lid just to save on mess, and using a flat, stiff eyeshadow brush, this is the Zoeva Smoky Shader, I'm going to pack that onto the lid. Just really that central portion of the lid and up as far as the crease. I'm just going to take my Zoeva 228 brush, just with nothing on it, just to softly kind of take the edge off of that. Next, I'm actually going to take my bronzer. I think this is the perfect kind of tone for this. I'm going to take that onto that Zoeva 228 brush and use this as my blending out gradient kind of colour. I'm going to take a soft pencil brush with a little bit of that bronzer and blend out the lower lash line. I'm going to take a little bit of MAC's Antiqued eyeshadow, which again you can see is quite harmonious with those colours. And I'm going to pop that on the outside bottom and on the outside V on the top. Sorry if you can hear some background noise, but for some reason it's incredibly noisy on my street today. There's people shouting, there's construction, traffic, whole shebang. And then just go back to that Zoeva 228 brush to blend. Might have to do this a couple of times. And for that very inside corner, I'm going to take MAC's All That Glitters. Just that again has that kind of rose gold coppery tone, but just a little bit lighter. And before I do some eyeliner, I'm going to take a little bit of my setting powder, the mineralized powder, and just pop that right underneath my eyebrow, just to smooth that, give a little bit of a highlight. I don't want to use anything too shimmery because I feel like my eyes are quite shimmery enough. For the eyeliner, I'm going to use a new discovery for me, but one that I absolutely love. Unfortunately, it's Australis. It's only available in Australia and New Zealand, and it is an eyeliner called Bombastic Bronze. It is a completely identical colour dupe for MAC's Teddy Cole, but it's in a waterproof formula. Alright, I am going to tight line with this. I'm also going to take a little bit across my lashes. Nothing terribly precise here. It's not really that dark a colour. It's just to give an extra little bit of kind of shadow around the lash line. Now I'm just going to take a baby wipe and just give that under eye area a quick clean. And back into the concealer. Again, I'm just using Erase Paste. Ooh, a bit too much. A little bit goes a long way with this concealer. I'll set that under eye concealer with a bit of powder, just using the mineralized powder again. And then just take a little bit of that Antiqued and take the excess off and just use that to soften the edge. Sometimes when you put concealer on after the eyeshadow, you get quite a harsh line. So it's nice to just soften that back out a little bit. I'm going to finish the skin now before I do mascara. So going back into my bronzer and my MAC 187 brush. Just going to use that very lightly kind of in the back of my cheekbones and onto my temple. And then onto my blush, I'm going to take that Rouge Bunny Rouge Starina blush, which I think just works perfectly with those eye colours. And I love how this looked in my last tutorial, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take my Soap and Glory Glow All Out powder on a fluffy brush, this is the 187 again, and just lightly dust that along the high points of my face. It's a very subtle shine. And before I do mascara, I'm just going to quickly curl. And my mascara today is the Max Factor False Lash Effect. And for my lips, I'm first going to line them actually, which I almost forgot to do. Just going to line them with a natural coloured lip pencil. This is the number 7 Nude. And then for my lip colour, I'm going to use my Zoeva Cream Luxe Cream Lipstick, whatever they're called, in the colour Faith and Love. And that's the finished look. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, guys. It's actually a pretty straightforward look to do. It's fairly simple, and of course you could alter it ever so slightly if you wanted to do more of a plummy kind of tone. That would be lovely, or even more pink or more red or something like that. You know, you can adjust it. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I make videos and upload them every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye! Hey guys! It's that time of the month again where I share with you some of my favourite products from the last 30 days or so. September, weirdly, it absolutely flew by, but when I look back at recording